Hello and welcome to Tuesday. Now, one of the things I love, well, one of the niche, not even niche. How do I even go about saying this? Not too long ago, I talked about getting more and more into fighting games, and recently, I finally picked up um, Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And the thing about this game is that it's actually 8 games. You have Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter 3 Alpha Max, Power Max, or something like that. Um, Plasma Sword, Project Justice, Power Stone 1 and 2, and more importantly, you have Capcom versus SNK. What is it? Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, and then the one that everybody bought this for would be Capcom vs. SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium 2001. And the thing about CVS 2 is that it's considered to be one of the greatest fighting games of all time. It is a very, very good game. And I think it's making me appreciate fighting games more and more. The way I see fighting games is not button masher, as most people who are not familiar with the genre are. Fighting games are more of a song and dance, where you aren't throwing out special moves all the time, right? The big thing, the big issue that many people have with fighting games is that they're always looking at their own character, right? You're not looking at the opponent. Why would you need to look at your own character? You know what your own character looks like, what they're going to do. You should be looking at your opponent all of the time. You need to react to what they're doing. It's a beautiful, beautiful dance where one that's actually called footsies, where each person will be moving back and forth, trying to gain advantage, as it's called. And by gaining advantage, you allow yourself to apply more pressure, to do combos, to do these special moves. And CVS 2 is a great example of that, where you have this crazy roster of characters from all of video game history from Capcom and what do you call it? SNK. 2 iconic fighting game franchises, Street Fighter especially. But you also have games like MVC2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and UMVC 3. But MVC 2, I have it in the room actually. But with this game, SNK has a very specific fighting system. In this game they call it grooves, and the same with Capcom. You have Street Fighters, very specific fighting systems, and they're all very different. Every character is unique in their own way. There's amazing things in this game. And the big thing is that you learn to appreciate these games more and more. The way that these people can fight and just though it's again, it's a very beautiful song and dance where it's a 2-player game, right? This is not a 1-player game. Even if you're playing by yourself, it is a 2-player game. You versus the opponent. You need to react, and you need to know how to counter these attacks from your opponent. And there's a typical Street Fighter fashion. There are 6 buttons for attacks. SNK has 4, but you have your light, medium, and heavy punches and kicks for 6. And then you have your inputs, which are motion inputs, and learning to do that is probably something that everyone wants to do. How do I do the special move? But knowing when and how to activate these moves, all your position matters. Everything matters, and that's not something that people understand. But once you get that deeper understanding of these games, it's incredible, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But oh boy, it's a lot, and it's one of those things where we need to learn to more people need to learn how to appreciate these things and how to engage with fighting games in a proper way. But the barrier to entry seems very high, right? You have in the case of, do I press start? There we go. In the case of this game, right, you have this huge roster of characters where it can be overwhelming, right? You know, everybody has their main. For me, I typically go Athena, right? But the thing is, where is she? I can't remember if Sakura is in this game or not. But you also have, you know, two Ryus, and people are like, why are there two Ryus? Why are there two Akumas? Is Sakura in this game? I can't even remember. I assume she is. Chunners. Let's go Morrigan. I prefer my SNK fighters over everybody else. They're just more fun. But why not Ken? Okay, who's taking the ratio? Athena probably. Again, ratio system is something big, but you know, knowing how to use these characters, knowing how to play and fight with them, is something very different and unique. And I'm not gonna do this properly, but you know, oh gosh, can I like throw out a? There we go. It is hard playing. I've not played with this in handheld mode. I've played on a controller, and yeah, this game needs like a proper control. Well, I can't play like that again. Anyway, it's a beautiful song and dance, and you know, you want to be aware of your opponent. You know, you need to be seeing where they are. You need to always be looking at them, because why would you want to know what your character is doing? Because you already know what they're doing. You know, you can see them out of the corner of your eye, but you should be always watching the opponent. And again, it's just like throwing out fireballs over and over again. It's a good way, because Athena, I feel like Athena is a zoning character, but just like knowing, I love playing zoners actually. Oh my gosh, why did I even get close? I think I'm used to playing different groups as the thing too. Just keep throwing out fireballs. See, what can he do? Just gonna wait. There we go. Timeout. Anyway, it's one of those things where, you know, it's a very fun thing once you like learn the proper mechanics, but it's hard to get somebody to want to learn and to engage with these games. But once you do, it is... Fighting games are just the best. They really are. They're literally like the best genre of game. The community aspect of it too, wonderful stuff, right? Once you have somebody on your level that you can engage with and like have that kind of song and dance with, it's can't compare it to anything else. Anyway, that's where I'm going to call it for today, so thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.